Alright. It's good Sunday. Why don't we take a look at the WWE news now? I've heard there have been some releases as of late that my friend has told me, so why don't we take a look, shall we? Alright, so who they got on the chopping block? Who has been shaft? Alright, let's take a look. Oh, Darren Young and Summer Rae have basically been shafted out of the WWE payroll. Well, to be fair, I mean, Darren Young, I mean, he's only okay at best. I mean, Summer Rae, I mean, she doesn't even have nothing. Honestly, she doesn't even have nothing new to the table. I mean, she's just a diva, nothing more. Just the last of a dying breed, and I can care less about her. I mean, I wish her the very best. Darren Young, I mean, it's a bit of a loss, but I mean, he had a lot of potential, but just doesn't even have nothing. Honestly, nothing new to the table ever since the primetime players were split up. I don't even know why the hell they're even split up in the first place. Because of, hey, they want to keep the Titus worldwide. Anyway, another loss, but doesn't matter. Let's see who we got there. Wait, what? No. Wait, what? What is this? What the hell is this? They given Emma the shaft? The WWE has given Emma the shaft? Seriously, WWE, are you out of your mind giving a release to Emma? One of the most well-skilled female wrestlers that started the women's revolution in NXT, and now all of a sudden you just released her? What? They just announced that Emma has released from her contract. The company put out a statement saying WWE has come to terms with the release of the WWE superstar Emma. Wishes Emma the best in all of her future endeavors. So you basically just released her without any tension. I mean, like any reason whatsoever. She had a run with the main roster and paired with Santino Marella. Wow, that was a bit of a disaster. Yeah, you try to figure out that one. And then a year later, she was sent back to NXT and debuted her evil version of the character, which is much of a better Emma. I mean, that Emma was badass, and everybody ate it all up, including myself when she was back in NXT. And then back to the main roster in the same year, but failed to get a push. And then she was supposed to debut a new character earlier by the name of Emelina. So basically, the main roster creative department want to turn her from a badass NXT women's wrestler to a last of a dying breed diva, which from inspiration from the Eva Marie disaster. I mean, don't get me started with her. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Emma looks absolutely gorgeous. She always looked absolutely stunning, no question about it. And there was like these series of vignettes that we've seen for months and months. The makeover of Emma to Emelina. And when she finally came, she's just gone from Emelina to Emma. Yeah, after months of a series of vignettes, and you just scrapped in within just 2 minutes of that segment. That, to be honest, me personally, I just see it, it just went nowhere. Went absolutely nowhere. And they basically gave the character traits to Lana. That went nowhere as well. And good thing she went back to the evil Emma character. It just fits her perfectly. But she just went nowhere in the Raw women's roster. She just had nothing for her. Like, went nowhere. And then 2 weeks ago, she wrestled Asuka on TLC. And then the following night last week, she lost to Asuka again. And now all of a sudden, they just released her. What? Why? Like, why the hell would they release her after the second match with Asuka? I mean, that could have built up to a rivalry. I mean, that could have built up to a feud that could lead something interesting. But hey, it's Monday Night Raw, the creative team. I mean, just when they got something good, they just intentionally just drop the ball and just kill it dead in its tracks, like they always do. And for no apparent reason. I mean, Emma got so much potential, and the creative department, I mean, they just wasted. Wasted for what? Matches that lead nowhere, all 6 women matches that make no sense. I mean, she's fallen victim to the creative department's illogical booking. I mean, no different from Sasha, Bayley, and the rest. I mean, and who else they're going to bring a talent that's going to step into the plate? Tamina? Dana Brooke, who's absolutely bad in the ring and just completely incompetent? So that's basically the main roster's booking in a nutshell. Once they got something great in NXT, they just drained out the awesomeness and just made them mediocre at best. And it's so frustrating to the fans who watch the product week after week after week, including myself. I'm just like, what the hell? And Ema tweeted with a broken heart emoji, and I don't blame her. It's really heartbreaking when you have so much potential and just being thrown away by illogical booking. It's so frustrating. Hey, you know what? It's a big gain for the Indies or Ring of Honor or Impact Wrestling or Joshi Japan, the Stardom promotion. I hope Emma gets more successful over there than in the main roster. And to the WWE who decided to plan this release, I got 3 words for you. You done goofed.